Good morning, people, and welcome back to another week. Kids are back at school, so it's time to get knuckling down again and make some money. Q4 officially has started for me this weekend. I've had a lot of sales. I've had 9 on Vinted and 10 on eBay. Pretty even. But one of the things I've sold most over the weekend is Lego. And this is the reason why you should be buying Lego. Whether to build it and sell it as sets, or just sell it as bricks, or just sell the figures, because Lego makes you money quick. So if you don't know who I am, I'm John. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell everything, literally everything. If you gave me your mom, I would probably try and sell her on eBay. But literally, I've been doing this this is my 3rd year. I'm coming to the end of my 3rd year. I just went straight in, had a bit of money from a car I sold, and then I decided to take the dive into reselling after I dabbled in a bit of pallet work, and I think next year I'm going to start buying some more pallets. The buzz out of buying a pallet is just great, and now I'm collecting Lego. I can get pretty much good Lego sets for cheap on there, and the reason is Lego gets you money, and it gets you money very quick. We're going to go through some what sold over the weekend. Like I said, we've got 19 in total, and a lot of it's Lego. I just love it. I just love it. If I could be a Lego seller, I would, but it's just so hard to get good sets nowadays, and a lot of the stuff is pretty much, I wouldn't say worthless. Little sets are worthless, but I'll get more into that about what sort of Lego sets you should be going for, how you should be making money when it comes to Lego, because there's a lot of different ways to do it. It's not just like by buying sets. There is other ways of making Lego without even having a set. So I will talk about that in the video, but we're going to go through Vinted first, because obviously there's less, but only by one. I'm all separated, as you saw at the start of the video. eBay over here, Vinted here. And if you did join me live while I was packing all this stuff, thank you very much for joining me live. I hadn't done one for a while, but I thought I'd pack all the stuff today because it is quite easy. It's all basically poly bags. There's nothing I need to put in a box or nothing. So we're going to go through Vinted first, and we're going to go from the bottom and work our way up, because the first sale of the weekend was this, and this is a All Saints men's extra large Ria's crew neck waffle knit jumper. What a mouthful. In burgundy colour. Picked this up for, I think it was about £4. All Saints is a very good brand. Expensive. I remember when I was into my clothes, when I was, going out all the time. And All Saints is one of them brands. I think I had one t-shirt, because you're not buying anything All Saints make for under 50 quid. And that's even a t-shirt. I sold that for £17 on Vinted, so nice chunky profit there. Sticking with the clothing, I'm not a clothing reseller, trust me. This is the last bit of clothing. Yes, finally. From the Fleek order, I picked up a Budweiser top from there. I thought this would be quite expensive to sell, but like I said, they owe me nothing. I sold that for £5.50. The next item is a item that cost me like 50p. Picked up like 3 plushes or 3 items for £3, I think. I picked up a Minions, Talking Minions, plastic one for £1. A Rasta mouse for £1.50, and I think that for 50p or something like that. Sold it for £2. It is worth a bit more, not much, probably about 8 quid, but it's ripped on the skirt there. So I'm just glad to see it go. Now on to the first bit of Lego, and it's figures. Figures are very, very, well, when you see the price of what I got for, I potentially would say one figure, but there's two figures in it, but one figure, how much it goes for, and it was a shock. Thank God I checked them all out because I was going to put them in a bundle. It's not these, and I thought these would be worth a lot more. These are Simpsons Lego figures. They're from the first one, I think, or the collection, because obviously when you get sets, you get figures with most sets. Obviously when Simpsons did the house, you had figures there. And this one's got Homer, Marge, two Apu's, is it? Shopkeeper, and Nelson, the one that goes, ha ha. Yeah. I thought these would be at least 10 quid, 5 quid each. They're not. They're just not. Because I know you can get minifig box sets. So you can buy a minifig in a box and you don't know what you get. I'm sure they did it with the Simpsons years and years ago. I can't remember, but I'm sure they did that as well. Because Nelson is not a sort of figure you would get in a set, if you get me. But yeah, I sold these for £15 on Vinted. Owe me absolutely nothing. All the Lego that you see today is free. I've made hundreds of pounds off Lego already. Everything Lego related you do see, unless you see me picking up in a video, you know, is free. So yeah, £15 profit. Something that I just got my money back was this. I've had it for ages. I've had it at car boots. No one wanted it. I think I picked it up in a bundle. I've made my money on the bundle, but I made this at £3 because the other things were like, I think it was a tenner for a bundle of stuff, and I saw that as well. So I've put that in to make it round up to a tenner. Made my money off that, I think. And yeah, like I said, I put this at £3. It's just been hanging around. These usually sell quite well, but I think it's just because it's quite a basic phone. Sold that for £3. Literally, yeah, like I said, got my money back. But I've made money on it if you want to class it as a combined thing with the bundle. On to some more Lego and some more figures. Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. These sold for £4.50. Some Green Goblins are worth a lot more. This is pretty much the basic one. I think it comes in a Lego magazine, but some of them are worth a lot of money. If you can get the one with the helmet that's in one of the films, I would say not the generic ones. That's like a generic one from like a Lego have designed. I'm talking about the film-related Lego things. Film-related Lego sells for a lot of money. And I'll show you what I mean when I get over to the eBay sales, because a very expensive figure has sold on eBay this weekend. Yeah, but that sold for £4.50. Sticking with Lego, and it's already packed up, is some Lego base plates. So there's a 32 by 32, meaning 32 like dots by 32 dots, or however you want to say it. And then there's some 32 by 16 plates, and there's two of them, and then some tiny little plates. A base plate that size, which is literally that size, you're looking at about £5-6 quid on eBay. And then the other ones are probably worth a couple of quid. So somebody made me an offer of £5 on Vinted. I thought, well, if I tried to sell that on eBay, I'd have to make it at least 8-9 quid to get the same amount of money. So I'm going to take it. And like I said, it's free. But not only Lego sells, and when I say not only Lego sells, I'm talking about non-Lego. So there is different sorts of Lego, but it's not officially classed as Lego. You know, different companies making their own sort of similar Lego. You get a lot in B&M, that cheap, tacky stuff, which is horrible. You get Mega Blocks, and now you get in all these other sites. I think Temu have now set up their own Lego stuff, and other ones. Some of these actual other sets are really nice. You can get ones where They're all like got light systems in it. Really cool. Some people do that, but I like my Lego. I like the OG, and yeah, you can sell other Lego. And the next sale for £12 is all unbranded Lego. So we got these base plates, and this is the difference from official Lego to non-official Lego. I could have sold this for probably another £8, but I got an offer on Vinted, so I thought I'd take it. All these base plates, so you think these are the same size as what I've just sold one. These aren't worth as much as probably 1 or 2 base plates, but they are basically the same without the Lego brand. So that with it, and then I sold 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, and half a bag. All that for £12. Probably could get around about 20 quid on eBay. I had it on there for 20 quid. Like I said, somebody gave me an offer of 12 quid, and I thought, well, I don't have to pay for fees, I don't have to pay for post and packaging, because all this weighs around about 4.5, I think it is. 4.1 kg. So that'd be a medium parcel. So that's 5 quid. So when you think about it, 20 quid plus obviously the 5 quid, just over 5 quid. You're going to be paying 25 quid for the fake Lego, and not many people will. If you look at eBay and sold of unbranded Lego, it's very scattered, because obviously everybody wants proper Lego, and when you're typing it in, you don't really come across unbranded Lego as much, because Lego just dominates it. But yeah, I'm not moaning. Like I said, that was free. The last sale on Vinted is, guess what? More Lego. And I've had some major attention over these figures, mainly one, which is that woman with the white hair. If you can see it there, she's got her back to us. Yeah, she is something called Killer Frost or something like that. These are all DC characters. We've got Batgirl, we've got Batman without his head, we've got like a little clown, and it's not the Joker, but you can get away with it being the Joker. We've got Cyborg helmet, we've got Dr. Freeze without his helmet. 6 figures, you know, not complete except for the Frost. The Frost one goes for around about 10 quid on eBay. I had this up for 10 quid for the whole bundle, just because they owe me nothing. So I thought, you know what, if I try to sell these separately, they're just going to be a pain, aren't they? I don't like really selling figures by themselves unless they are worth a lot of money, and most of the time no one's going to pay more than a 3 or 4 quid for a figure unless it's a good one. Yeah, sold that for £8.25, but I had so many people. I even had an argument on Vinted with somebody. They're saying basically, who did you sell this to? Tell me their name, because I want to message them and buy it off them. I've been desperate looking for that character. And I went, I'm not doing that. It must be against the policy of Vinted. And also, why would that person want to sell you an item they've just bought? Doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense. So I had to block them because they kept on going on. They wouldn't take no for an answer. Absolute weirdo. But that is the 9 sales from Vinted. And I'm just going to go into more about Lego now before we get onto the eBay sales. As you know, I am collecting a lot of Lego. I've even got Lego here, which I haven't put in the loft yet. So I've got a little dinosaur thing I picked up recently, and the Game Boy. I'm actually going to buy another one of these. This one's from B&M. It's like £10 cheaper than anywhere else. But they put a sticker on it, and if I try and peel that, it actually rips the box. Annoys me, especially if you're a collector and you're keeping the boxes. And I've also got a bit down there, and I got some outside, so they need to all be written down and then kept, put in the loft, and then maybe in 10, 15, 20 years time, whenever, when I feel like I'll, you know, I just want to get rid of it all, I'm going to sell it all for profit. And you're probably thinking there's not much profit in Lego. You know, yeah, I've sold a lot of Lego so far in this video, but it's not really much, is it? It's not really much. But this stuff, all cost me free, because the best things in these bundles were Lego. If you haven't watched me for a long time, I have picked up some amazing sets of Lego. Sets that I've made hundreds of pounds off. I've picked up a set which was retired, a Lord of the Rings set, Helm's Deep, and I sold that for about 150, 60 pound. Incomplete. 2 figures, when it's got about 6, something like that, 6 or 7. The building was complete, no box, no instructions. Picked up for about a £5 in a bundle, right? With some other Lego, which I still haven't gone through. And yeah, I made 160 quid. Picked up a Minecraft box set, which was a bit of a risk, paid a tenner for it, but I knew it would get around about 50, 60 quid. I think I sold it for 55 quid. It had 1 or 2 pieces missing. Still sold it for that. Had the box instructions. At a charity shop at Cancer Research, I think it was last year, big box of Lego. Didn't know much about it. It was just random Lego pieces. Saw some horses in there. I know certain like figures do quite well. And I scanned it and I found out it was a retired set from years and years ago. And it was the Knight's Castle. The Knight's Castle, if you've got that, you're looking at like 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000 pound. It's a rare, it's one of the first original sets when they did it, you know. And I found the wall in there, obviously the horses, some knights, sold them all separately. I think I sold the wall, or parts of the wall, I don't know if it was all the wall, for easily over £100. The horses are sold separately, the knights are sold separately. I made easily over £200 on that £20 box of Lego. Put the other bits of Lego in bags, like I've shown you here. And also it had a big load of cars in there, vintage cars, you know, Matchbox cars, Corgi cars and stuff in there. I made an absolute killing off that. But mainly the Lego made me the most money. I've made loads of money off Lego, but time and time again I hear a lot of people saying I can't be bothered with Lego, it's too much work and it's too fiddly. Is it really? All you'd have to do with Lego is buy it, and then if it's not all there, so if, say for instance this was a pre-owned set and it was worth say £100, you have to risk, is it all there? Obviously you can check, and I always say check. If they don't let you check inside the box, don't even touch it, because it's probably not even all there, or it's majorly missing, right? Most Lego, in a small box, it's pretty full. Big Legos, you're probably gonna have half a box full. When it comes to actually checking the items, check for the figures, you know, always check on the box. It'll show you all the figures. So check if the figures are there. It's not a big, like, worry if they're not there, because some figures maybe not be worth something. Other sets, the figures are worth a lot. Lord of the Rings set. If I had the figures for that Lord of the Rings set, what I sold, you're looking around about 50, 60 quid for the set of figures. So, yeah. And other figures, older ones, Pirates of the Caribbean ones, you can get a couple of £100. So check the figures, and then check for the main parts. So if there's a big structure, let's say if it's a ship, you'll probably have some big structure parts. Just check, right? If it looks there, or it looks like it's been neatly put back in there, made the instructions and the bags are all there still, or, you know, stuff like that, then it's worth buying. And also check, you know, the prices on pre-owned. So if this was worth £100 and it looked pretty much there, and they wanted 10 quid, 20 quid, I'd buy it, because even if it's not complete, you're still gonna make, what? If it's a 100 quid set, probably 50, 60 quid. If it's got the box and instructions, definitely. If it hasn't got the box or instructions, then it's gonna be less, because obviously then person has to download the instructions, because that's what you can do. If there's bits missing and there isn't too much, you can actually email Lego and they will send out the pieces for free. I've done it with the manual of the Ecto 1, because I've had that, this Ghostbusters car, and they sent me a manual for free. Actually, they sent me two, because the first one didn't come and then it did come. So I got two manuals for free and I sold one manual for 10 quid. So some manuals are worth a lot of money. If you are missing bits, you can go to other places as well. You can buy the brick from one place. It might be a really, generic brick where you can't actually find it anywhere else. You've got to actually order it, and it's a part of the main set. Then do it. It will make the item sell better, because that person then doesn't have to get that brick. Also, just buy bundles of Lego, even if it doesn't mean it's complete, because if it's just a box of Lego, you can separate it into bags. You can have it in mixed bags, doesn't matter what's in there, as long as it's just mixed Lego, and have it as mixed kilo bag, like that. You can section it into different colors. You can even, if you wanted to, section it into different bricks. So have it just like 1 by 1, or blocks, or plates, or whatever you want to do. There are so many different ways you can sell Lego. But when people say that, oh, it takes too much time, it's too fiddly, so on and so on and so on. Here's a piece of clothing, right? Vintage, 1990s. I had to wash this, iron it, take pictures, right? I have sold these for more money. All I had to do is pick them out the Lego box. Which one's quicker? Yeah. If I want to do that or do that, which one am I going to list first? And which one makes more money? I'm not just saying it about clothing, also tech. Obviously you can get a lot of money for clothing, you can also get a lot of money for tech, but you can also get a lot of money, like I just told you, for Lego. And also, if it's not complete, you can have different boxes of different coloured Legos, different pieces, and then, do big bulk listings of 1 kg Lego for 10 quid, and it keeps rolling in. My last couple of videos, all I've been doing is selling Lego, and it sells very quick, and that's the one thing. Everything else sells when it wants to. Lego sells all year round. It doesn't have to be Christmas, doesn't have to be a special day. Lego sells all year round. You have collectors of certain genres, so Lego collectors, people need the figures for a set. People just like Simpsons, that's why that person's bought that, because their son likes Simpsons. That person likes that figure, maybe because it's a special figure to them. People need bricks because they do Lego cities. It's massive. Lego is massive. But next time you see some Lego, go and just have a look at it. You're not going to lose any money from Lego. And also, it will never devalue. Lego never devalues. Lego is just going up and up and up in price. So yeah, it's plastic gold. Basically, it's plastic gold. But enough of me waffling on. And literally, while we are speaking, I have just sold some Lego again for 10 quid. I've just sold the other bundle of, might as well go through this. I had 2 bundles of this. I've sold the other bundle of this for 10 quid. So yeah, that's downstairs. So I've sold another bundle of this for 10 quid. That was a 1.1 kg. But let's get on with the rest of the sales on eBay. Yeah, 10 quid for 1.1 kg. More Lego. Even on the video, I'm selling Lego. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. For £4.99, I have sold a blood pressure monitor. This is a wrist one. I had two. The one said that it didn't work. I said it did. I took this one out and proved they do work. But yeah, I had to give a refund on that. This one sold, and this is the one I did test. So that sold for £4.99. Cost me £1. Don't buy them. They're not very good. Always get the arm ones. Sell for more money. People I can bear. They are not exactly the best to read your blood pressure as well. Something I regret selling because I love it is the mask bubble bath. How cool is that? It has been around for about 3 or 4 months and I don't know why. Bubble bath things like this can sell for good money, and I thought this would sell easily. I thought it would literally have sold as soon as I put it on. It hasn't. Sold for £5.25. I picked it up for £2 from Chirk when I picked up the 2 Rugrat dolls and another figure, all vintage, and I've made my money on them. So I think I've spent 8 quid altogether, and the Rugrat dolls themselves sold for 25 quid, I think. So yeah, I've made my money on them. Sad to see that go. I love the mask. The mask is a great film. Next, which I've made miles more money off, is the Dragon Ball Z stretchy figures. Also from the same day that I went to Chirk on, I picked up a bundle of these, all for, he wanted £2 each for them, but I think I got 1 free. Yeah, I've made my money on them. I've been selling these for 8 to 10 quid each. The one, I did do a bundle for 12 quid for 2 because I'd already made my money. I made my money on the first 2, and then the rest basically owed me nothing. So I did like some offers on a couple. This one has sold for £10, and that is the last one. The next item, which has hung around for a while, and it's because of the condition, are these lilac-y Dr. Martens, and if you can see there, that's why. Proper scuffed at the front. Other than that, they're in mint condition. They're just scuffed on the front, so yeah, it's a shame. You're looking around a decent pair of these go from anything from 50 to 70 quid, but I just couldn't sell them. Had them on for 35, couldn't get rid of them. So I lowered them down to 20. As soon as I did, they sold. They only cost me 3 quid. Something that I'm not gonna buy ever again is dolls. I hate the things. I don't like them. They're annoying. You know, when it comes to like fiddling around with stuff, LOL dolls, all these dolls are annoying. All the little bits. I picked up a massive bundle for 30 quid. I cannot sell it. I just had it on auction for $39.99 starting auction, which it's got loads. So if anybody wants, literally it's a big box. I'll put the picture on here. Anybody wants all these dolls for 40 quid, take them off me. Take them off me. It means I'll make 10 quid because I haven't got the time to do this. I did it with about 3 or 4 figures and then I just couldn't be bothered. Loads of money in it. Loads of money in it. You're looking around about £5 to £10 per doll, easily. This one sold for £6.50. Yeah, so if anybody wants it, let me know. Comment down below, email me, DM me on Instagram. 40 quid, you can have the whole lot. Obviously pay for post and packaging, which will be like, what, the 5 quid, whatever it is. But yeah, I just want to get rid of them and get my money back. On to something that I like. Lego. Yeah, we got more Lego. For £24.99, a load of Lego City, mainly Lego City minifigures. There is around about 18, I think. There's loads of little bits and bobs. There's some Ninjago swords in there. There is actually Itchy or Scratchy, the mouse. There's the body in there as well. So a bit of a Simpsons one. But yeah, $24.99. Owes me absolutely zilch. The next sale, which is the best sale of the weekend, and this is when you can make some money off Lego in figure wise. I was going through all the minifigures and I saw these and I was like, ooh, they're nice. Complete. They actually do come with other things, but like the figure itself is complete. I think the Flash has like little things that they put on these hands to make him look like it's lightning bolts. I don't know what series it's from. I don't know if it's from a film series or a generic like Marvel series. You know, they do a lot of these. I scanned the yellow one, which is Reverse Flash. So it's a bit more of a rarer character. And the prices for that character were crazy. And I you know when you research something and you have to double check and then you have to triple check? I had to quadruple check to make sure that this price was the price that this was going for. Then I had to check the actual figure to make sure that figure was the right figure. And it was. It sold in the same day. I put the other character just to make it like a little cherry on the top, because I sold both of them for the price of just that. So you're getting basically the Flash for free. The Flash goes for about £6 to £8 by itself. Reverse Flash, that one goes from anything from £30 to £40. I sold mine for £35 and it absolutely owes me nothing. And this is the thing. You could pick up a whole bundle of Marvel figures and you could make an absolute killing. I've sold quite a few Marvel figures and some of them get some good money. The Hulk alone, if you bought a set, which was another set I had, it was a scene out of one of the Avengers films, and it comes with Hulk. Pre-owned, the set goes for around about £25. Hulk itself sells for about £20. So it doesn't make any difference if there's no, complete set or not, because the Hulk gets the money, So I sold them separately. So I sold the set separately without Hulk. But yeah, £35 for that. Unbelievable. Love Lego. Absolutely love Lego. And the next one, unfortunately, isn't Lego. Bit of a bad buy. I saw this. Some of these do go for good money, like 40, 50 quid. And I saw Newbie, good make, well-known make, boxed. I think I picked it up for £3, 3 or 4 quid. I thought this was going to easily be a 25 quid item. It wasn't. You'll be lucky if you can get 15 quid, and that's because mine's boxed. Had it ages, sold last night for £12.99. So I know now not to buy them anymore. And then finally, to finish it off, guess what? More Lego. Retired Lego. Scooby-Doo. This is the Mummy Museum Mystery. Comes with instructions. It is almost complete. There's 2 bits missing, but they are pretty much generic bits. You could buy them and it'll cost you pennies. Little figure, tomb. It's got Shaggy in there. It's got Scooby and a mummy. And like a swinging like burger comes down and hits the mummy tomb and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Small set. Really small set. Sold that for £20 on a offer. But guys, that is it. And you see, a lot of Lego. So if you're thinking about going into a different area, or maybe trying to go and sell something different, I don't need to say anymore, do I? Lego is king when it comes to selling quickly and for money and for good profit on eBay and Vinted. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've ever bought Lego or you're thinking about buying Lego. Let me know what you've bought if you have, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Like it, subscribe, hype it, and I'll see you again tomorrow where I'm actually going to get some Lego. Yeah, more Lego.